Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? One, two, twos, threes, and fours. Oh, for sure. So when it drops, my wife's birthday, November 12th. Man, nope. I'll be playing that night. I ain't getting in trouble with. Nah, man. Me and the wife already talked, man. It's all good. Yeah, we got to smooth on out, player. Don't get it twisted. But we heard now. That's what counts. We're here now. Yeah, I'm here, man. Let's do it.
It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topic plus. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet I night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But I say, live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level.
Yo, what's good? What it do?
Yes, we do. What's going on?
There we go, man. Make sure you say it what it really is. Don't say we. Come on now.
Not my team, the 49ers, doing all the fumbling for everybody.
Don't watch that game. Close your eyes.
As aforementioned, I'm watching my team get the brakes beat off of them right now. I was kind of worried about this game anyway. I was kind of counting them to lose several games throughout this stretch. They got a really bad stretch of games. Um, Coming up, they play Seattle right now. They got to play the Packers on Thursday, and they got more injuries on their team than any team in the league. They got like 20 guys on injury reserve, and more
it's kind of crazy
today. So yeah, it's pretty bad for the 49ers. Other than that, it's I haven't really done anything different. I haven't played any new games or anything. Haven't really had the time to play games that much. Uh, I haven't saw any movies, new movies. It's the only thing that are relevant that I've watched, or I shouldn't say watched, but I've read that um, don't want to bring it up because that would just cancel everything else on the show. We could talk about that for 2 shows straight and just barely scratch the surface. So I wanted to mention.
Okay. They saying they can't hear you. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? They said they can't hear you in the. Well, Damien saying he can't hear you, but I hear you coming through here.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. Do you hear, Damien? Do you hear K Bomb? Or
Yeah, do you hear me? You hear me in here, brother man?
let me make sure I got this. I can't hear level. He can't hear me. Okay, hold up. What about now? Can you hear me now? Make sure I got my settings on my end. Y'all keep talking because I see y'all coming through here fine on my end.
I can hear us on the actual the YouTube channel.
Oh, so you hear us? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Leveled is mad low. Okay, let me turn myself up. All right, so go upstairs, boo boo. We'll take them with you, and go upstairs and shut my door. Actually, no, give me that. Bye bye. No, y'all got to go. Daddy is on the podcast live.
What?
Go upstairs. Kendall, take her upstairs. You see how they bum rush the party? Okay, so as you can tell, we are family men. Go ahead, D2K. You was talking.
I don't remember.
I think he was finishing up his point. He was talking about movie, if he actually called a movie or not. I think that's what topic he was on.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't watched any new movies. It's just some. I don't know. I've just been real busy. One thing I have thought about doing is I kind of got it on standby. I'm gonna go to Best Buy and see what I can find there. But I want to scoop up all of as many of the Christmas specials that I can, because I don't know if you heard about the controversy about the fact that ABC sold the rights to all the Peanuts cartoons to Apple TV. So now, like you can't watch like it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or Charlie Brown Christmas on ABC. Now you have to watch it. You have to get Apple TV and stream it there, and which a lot of people were upset about that. I can already see that.
Apple trying to ruin Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah. So I can kind of see the direction where this is going. So I kind of felt like, I'm just go ahead and just scoop up all the DVDs, all my favorite Christmas cartoons and shows, so I can watch them when I get ready. Charlie Brown, Rudolph, Frosty, The Grinch, Mickey's Christmas Carol, Towards the Light Before Christmas. Those are my favorite. Christmas Story. Those are all my favorite shows. So I'm going to scoop all that stuff up so I can watch when I get ready. I don't have to worry about somebody putting it on TV. But I got a question about Christmas movies right quick. There's 2 movies that traditionally I watch on Christmas, but I don't know if you would consider them a Christmas movie. I want to ask you guys' opinion.
If it's Home
Would
Alone,
you
that's
con-
yes.
yeah. Would you consider Rocky 4 a Christmas movie and the original Gremlins a Christmas movie?
Rocky 4, no.
I can't say Rocky 4. No.
Because Rocky 4, the fight did happen on Christmas.
On Christmas, right? You're right.
That's nice and all.
K-Bub ain't right.
I'm sorry. I'm like, hey guys, family, let's come together and watch Rocky 4.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time, though.
Yeah, but I don't see us coming together as a family for Christmas.
I remember one Christmas we actually sat there and watched Rocky 4. We was all, and we had already seen the movie before. We used to know all chill like, "Go Rocky, get him, beat him up." You know, we was real young at the time, but
yeah,
we had a good time watching it because it was like, well, I mean, it's Christmas,
I would say Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Rocky 4.
And that's another one. That's another one of people say, Die Hard, we consider that a Christmas movie. I consider that a Christmas movie.
I think Gremlins can possibly fall into Christmas movie territories. I'm still gonna say no, but it's on the fence because there's more Christmassy stuff going on in that movie than I would say with Rocky 4. Even though it was around Christmas, he fought on Christmas. It really wasn't around the holiday. It wasn't the holiday really didn't play a big role in the movie. Whereas I think it did more so in Gremlins. It did actually play in the whole gift. I think was for Christmas. If I'm not mistaken. Mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, I think Gremlins can possibly be a Christmas with the one scene where they in the store tearing up all the toys and stuff. I think it possibly could.
Yeah.
So a dark Christmas movie, but a Christmas movie nonetheless. Die Hard. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, and don't get mad at me.
You don't like them?
No, that's not what I was going to say. I've not really ever watched the original Die Hard movie from front to end.
Are you saying heart or hard?
Die Hard.
I thought you were saying hearts. I'm like Kevin.
Oh, my bad. Die Hard. I've never watched it. Okay. From front to end in its entirety in a setting. I've seen bits and pieces of it here and there. I've never watched it in its entirety.
I haven't either. The only Die Hard movie I actually watched from front to end was the
Samuel Jackson.
It was the one where he had his son with him, and they were in Russia somewhere.
That was like
Die Harder
or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's Die Harder. I've seen that. I haven't watched it in its entirety, but I've seen most of it.
No, I don't know if it was Die Harder because that was part 2, wasn't it?
Is it Die Hard and Die Harder, something like that?
Die Hard with Vengeance or something like that.
4 had his son in there. The 4th one, I believe, had his son.
The 4th, yeah, the one, yeah. It was in the last 10 years.
We can find this out. Hold up, I'm gonna find.
I think it was the 4th one that had his son. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the only one I seen. That's the only one I saw from beginning to end. I didn't like it.
The 3rd one was Samuel Jackson, I believe. The 4th one was and then they came out with the 5th one.
A Good Day to Die Hard. That's the name one you talking about, D2. Okay. A Good Day to Die Hard. 2013. Okay, all right, that's what's up. If you in the live chat, let us know who you are. We know Damien is in there, but if anybody else is in there, go ahead and sign off in the chat room and let us know what your name is, and we will give you a shout out live on the airs. Anyway, K-Bum, any interesting thing happening your way outside of handling business with the pups?
No, man, just handling business at the job, trying to getting that taken care of. Getting ready to vote for that big things coming up, and it's a lot of things I want to say, a lot of things I ain't gonna say.
You gonna vote for 45, huh?
Man, but it's trying to stay research stuff and learn about.
Hold
stuff.
Up, you're doing
actually.
You're going to Keith Norris situation. You want to turn into the Terminator on us up here for a second. What's going on?
My microphone. Yeah, my microphone probably doing that. My bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me fine now.
Yeah.
But just that's actually a Netflix series. So I haven't watched any movies, but I do watch a lot of Netflix series, especially a lot of educational stuff. But they have a really cool series about voting. The series is called Explain. They have several different series that they talk about, but this one was talking about voting, and they go in detail about your vote mattering, about gerrymandering, about college, about your right or your privilege to vote. They go to a lot of details, and I thought that was a very good educational type of show, kind of explaining that. But even with what I've been watching,
I don't know what's going on. You skipping every other. I'm like,
off real. Hold on.
Yeah, you sound like Cubert or something up here.
I probably gotta get off this Wi-Fi. Hold on.
Like, I don't know what you. Are we in the Matrix? Because that's what K-Bone sound like, right? I can literally see the green.
My Wi-Fi. Something.
Yeah, you sound like when the.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, you good.
Okay.
Real good now.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah, I got off that Wi-Fi.
You doing it again?
I was actually stupid. No, I was just saying. Let me. Well, that's all I gotta say on that. Go ahead and go to the next.
Okay, you doing bad. You doing real bad. Tiger King, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, brother. Kate just stopped. Okay, he's just stopped by to say, have a great show. Enjoyed the show every time. Enjoy the show everyone, and please like it. That's what's up. Anyway, as far as me, man, I got a chance to catch up on some movies that I just been missing. That I didn't catch when they first came out, and that's Bumblebee, and
yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah, y'all did. I never saw it. And Bumblebee and Terminator: Dark Fate. Yeah. And yeah, I'm real quick, and we get into these topics. I don't want to hold y'all here talking about this stuff for 30 minutes, but I'm gonna have to say, man, Bumblebee impressed me. I was like thoroughly impressed with the direction of the design of the Transformers. I really love the throwback to the original design and how Optimus Prime looked like Optimus Prime, and I like how D2K said they don't look like cut up soda cans. How did you put that, D2? You said something like that. But I mean, even though I did like some of the designs of Optimus Prime and the Transformers on the original 3, we're not going to talk about 4 and I think 5? 4 and 5? I think it was the one with the dinosaurs and the two Marky Mark versions. We ain't going to talk about neither one of them. But the first two and the third one was all right. Miss Fox. What's the girl name? Megan Fox. It wasn't Megan Fox. Miss
no,
Megan.
It was somebody else.
No, it was some Fox. No, Megan Fox. It wasn't. You thinking of Megan Good? Megan Fox. It's Megan Fox. You was right. I was thinking Megan. I was not trying to say Megan Good, but Megan Fox. The third one suffered when she
was in there. It would have been all right, but
yeah. Anyway, so anyway, let's stay focused here. Stay focusing on task. So, hey, so. But I'm gonna say I enjoyed Bumblebee. There was aspects of it that could have, I guess I didn't care for some of the interaction at the house with the family, and I thought some of that was kind of cheesy, and some of the drama with the girl was a little much and overblown. It was a few problematic, but the action and Bumblebee itself, how he looked. Now, bring me up to speed. What is the deal with Bumblebee losing his voice? Am I missing something? Did Bumblebee not have his voice in the cartoon?
No, that's something that was completely done with the Michael Bay movies.
Okay, so why are we carrying that on?
Technically, this movie is a prequel to those movies.
How?
You get me? I think they're kind of retconning it. So this is kind of like a soft retcon reboot. where they loosely draw from stuff from their previous movies, but they're kind of starting a newer continuity. And if it was successful, they'll keep going from this point forward.
Okay.
That's the reason why they went on ahead and have him lose his voice again. At least they show exactly how it happened. You know.
Yeah, that to me that's. But okay, they show, but but from what we understand, didn't the Transformers show up on Earth for the first time in the first Transformers movie adaptation? They came from outer space then too, didn't they?
No, you didn't watch the older ones. The newer ones said they were here for a long time.
Yeah,
they were here back when we were wizards and Merlin times.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
Optimus Prime and Bumblebee wasn't here. That's what I'm saying. Like they showed up in that first one. That was when they first got to Earth.
I think you're thinking too much into these terrible movies, man. Stop
okay, all right, yeah, because my head started hurt. But outside of that, because I don't see what's the point of Bumblebee losing his voice again. I thought that was stupid. But the action, another problem was what's his name? John Cena they could have booted him halfway across the whole. That he should not have been in this movie. John Cena was a cornball the whole movie to me. He was corny. He didn't fit. He was overacting. He looked like the animated Battlegrounds character. He don't even look real. He looked. It was just like this dude. Like, I know The Rock has been successful in movies, but I don't think his lightning gonna strike twice, and I don't think John Cena is the next big thing. I think
John Cena is okay in the right roles. I don't think that he really belonged in. I would have accepted him like if they cast him as like Duke for G.I. Joe. That would have been good.
He just overact. Like he has been. There's been some other movies that I thought he did okay, but in this particular movie, he was annoying. He was just cheesy. He just like out of everybody in the movie, he was just extremely cheesy to me, and his character never connected. Like when he first showed up, he was cool. When he kept shooting the dude with the gun, and the dude was hanging upside down. From that point on, when Bumblebee lands on Earth and destroys his platoon or whatever, from that point on, he was just like weird. He didn't make sense to me. But other than that, I watched Terminator Dark Fate, and I'm gonna say this without hold up, because we got to get on these topics. We already about 30 minutes, close to 30 minutes in. We ain't even got to the topics yet. But y'all know how we do, so y'all here for all this. I'm gonna say this, man. If this was a standalone movie, and I kind of detached myself from the fact that this was a Terminator movie that has a whole arc and storyline and plot and developed history and lore, I would have loved. I love the movie. I love the movie. I love the action. I love the CGI. I love everything that was taking place in the movie. I loved, except for the fact that it was a Terminator movie. and once you come to the realization that this is a Terminator movie, it falls apart from that point. It just falls on his flat on his face. Nothing makes sense. Arnold Schwarzenegger character doesn't make sense. The whole AI. And the fact that Skynet, if you ain't seen this movie yet, Shane, this is on you. I just seen it so I can talk about it. I'm literally, almost a year late. So Skynet being, basically history being wiped out, and some kind they come up with a new, basically another type of Skynet comes on, AI comes self-aware, yet it goes and it makes Terminators just like Skynet, almost the exact design. That makes no sense to me. Like, how is it that the Skynet is gone and we got Legion, and Legion making Terminators the exact same way Skynet did? It's like, this is too much to understand and get. Just enjoy the explosions and watch it for what it is and move on. Because that's where it falls. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, wait a minute, Legion is a different situation, different AI, yet it makes the exact same Terminators and sends them back in time to kill people. That makes no sense. So I was like, I can't. I tried D2. D2 tried to help me, and he gave up. It was like, there's no explaining this movie, bro. Just disregard it. So, but I enjoy it. My son was watching. He turned it off 30 minutes. And I already see where this is going, and turned it off and went to bed. I was like, wow. So, my son is 17 years old. He said, I already see where this is going. He turned it off and went to bed. So that's been my that was pretty much my weekend. But let's get into these what you been gaming on. Let's go. Yeah. You know what I know y'all can't hear it, but it's time playing. For what have you been gaming on? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, brother. You said you ain't really been gaming on nothing, right, D2K?
Nothing new. Nothing
okay,
new.
Well, go ahead. What you been gaming? Well, nothing new, but you've been gaming on something, so go ahead.
I mean, just as I really haven't been, it's just I haven't really been gaming that much. I mean, I'm trying to get new stuff reinstalled on my new computer.
Okay.
So a lot of the emulators that I had were on other hard drives, and I have to kind of convert some of that stuff over so I can play it on my newer computer. The GPU that I had kind of went out on me, so I had to go back to a lesser GPU that I had before. It's still an RTX 2060, which is not bad, but that's kind of like a mid-tier card. It's not like an elite card. I'm not sure when these Ampere series cards from NVIDIA are coming out. I think they're supposed to come out the end of this month. Or no, it should be out now. Yeah, that was end of last month, so they should be out now. I want to get the RTX 3070, which is more powerful than the RTX 2080 Ti, which was like a $1,200 card. And I still don't know how they can get away with this, but I don't care. I'll take the $700 discount and get the more powerful card, and split that up and then have a beefy machine. And I'm not sure when did Assassin's Creed Valhalla come out yet?
I think it comes out sometime this month. K-Bon, it comes out sometime this month.
Yeah, I got that free when I bought the new processor for my computer, and I'm not really an Assassin's Creed fan, but I figured that, well, hey, it's free, I might as well play it. So that'll probably be the next new game that I play because, hey, it's free.
That's what's up. Now, have you been keeping up with the AMD new graphics cards? I don't know all that. I don't talk about a lot of that stuff because I'm not a PC guy, so I don't be knowing all the bells and whistles when it comes to that type of life. So, but I heard it's a problem though, from what I'm hearing.
I haven't heard I guess the big Navi cars.
The big Navi. That's it. Yeah.
I haven't seen them yet. I haven't looked at the prices, I'm just kind of scanning over some of the search results on YouTube, and I'm seeing that one of their cars is $1,000, and these cars are going to be expensive, and for them to be able to compete with NVIDIA, they're going to probably have to have some more expensive cars, because as good as AMD is as far as making GPUs for consoles, it just can't compete with them in the PC space. I don't know why it is, but NVIDIA just keeps outperforming them in the PC space. In order to get a card that's on par with the best cards that are on the desktop for NVIDIA, they have to jack the price up really high. So that's kind of been their bugaboo. But they're getting better. I think that AMD over the past 5 years has gotten much better, and they've gotten a lot more mind share after going through some rocky years. They definitely right there neck and neck with Intel in terms of CPUs. So we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, I'll be interested in getting your opinion on that because like I said that you into the PC master race. I think that's what they call y'all, the master race group. So you know that life. Me and K-Bum kind of on these councils. We peasants compared to y'all. So I wouldn't mind hearing you because I was hearing all the fuss about. I saw if Keith would have been here, I know he a PC guy as well. He do both PC and consoles. I know you got consoles, but I know you primarily game on your PC. But he put up a post that was like basically saying AMD killed this, and they is a problem. So, and I didn't hear him say that about the NVIDIA new graphics card. So I'm interested in hearing his thoughts and your take once you see some of the information that they have around that card. So. But I guess I'll bring K-Bum on in here. What you been gaming on, K-Bum?
I haven't been gaming on anything new. So it's kind of like can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I switched up. I'm on my computer now, so I'm trying to see if that works better than my phone. Hopefully it does.
It does. Your phone is trash. It's Apple, ain't it?
Yeah, it's Apple.
It's Apple. I'm messing with you, man.
Whatever. I know Apple ain't the best. It works for me though. So what I've been gaming on is it's kind of the same old things. I'm still trying to finish the samurai game. I'm still trying to Ghost of Tsushima. I'm still trying to finish that. I'm in the final chapter. I think I'm up. I finished one of the main stories with your side characters. I finished one of the main ones. And so I'm working on finish that. I know I'm in the final third chapter and I'm almost done. I've fully done pretty much 2 of the other islands. I'm probably going to 100 this game. So that's not normal for me to 100 a game, but I think I will because I like it that much. And then I'm still kind of playing multiplayer with my buddies. So that includes playing Madden, that includes playing 2K, that includes playing FIFA, and that includes playing Overwatch. Because I love playing multiplayer games with other people. I like playing single player sometimes when I got the itch for it, like Cyberpunk, but that keeps getting pushed back. That's a whole discussion on its own. So I've been playing all of those games because 2020 has been killing me, and my release is to kind of sit back and play video games. So that's how I deal with 2020. Pretty much, I have my time I spend with the wife, but after that, I kind of kick back and let my mind wander by playing video games. I actually don't watch too much TV. Video games is where I spend most of my time. So I've been playing those, just getting ready for the next gen systems. And I've also I still play a couple games on my phone. So I picked back up this old game, which it was a Plants vs Zombies card based game. So it was a card based like Yu-Gi-Oh's or Magic or Hearthstone. So it's a card-based game like that I used to play back in the day that I was really good in. My brother kind of taught me into picking that back up and playing that on my phone. And I also still game on my PC, which I actually have a really nice PC. I don't game enough on it. But I still play Magic the Gathering on my PC. So I do that just to kill some time and to fill in some times when I'm not playing multiplayer with my friends. So that's pretty much what I've been in a whole nutshell. That's what I've been gaming on.
Hey, K-Bum. I mean, D2K. K-Bum.
There we go. That's what I said. Go ahead. Go ahead,
you knew I was finna come with it.
Go ahead, bro. I put it out there. Do what you want to do with it.
You knew I was fit to come with that old school.
Do what you want to do.
History.
I am well-rounded in video games. So go ahead, hey.
Man, this dude was the first dude I ever seen play. What was that? Was it Yu-Gi-Oh? Or was it?
It was Yu-Gi-Oh. It was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Is it card-based? Was it card-based?
Yes, it was Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist Rose on the PS2.
Man, I was sitting there like, how in God's green earth can you sit there and play that type of a game where a card flip and some numbers go up and use it? I'm like, man, this dude is
strategy, man.
What is that? Who is this dude? This a Tekken playing Madden, Yu-Gi-Oh playing?
I play all of it, man. I am well rounded. The only thing I don't do
is
only thing I don't do is two things. It's platformers. I can't stand platformers. That's why you don't see me. That's why I'm not a Nintendo fan. Majority of their best sellers are platformers, and especially I don't like Japanese animes or Japanese style games. I don't like Bayonetta, Devil May Cry. I don't like the Japanese style
All
games.
the
I don't know
cool
why.
stuff, huh?
I'm not a fan of it.
All the cool stuff you don't like. That's it.
You know what? On that note, I forgot about something. I did actually download what's that game? The Near
Automata. Near Automata. That's a good game.
Yeah, I downloaded that for Steam, and I played it for like maybe a half an hour, and I assume I was still in the first level, but I got pretty far, but there wasn't really I don't know how you're supposed to save or where you're supposed to save, but it didn't have an auto save. And then when I died, I had to go all the way back to the beginning. So I was like, nope, and uninstalled that.
Okay. So for me, I would be in the same boat as D2 and K-Bum, the 10 Bum. No, I was playing K-Bum. But Nintendo had that last what they call it? That direct they have they last corp what they I don't know what they call it. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, they direct. And Keith hit me like, man, cloud gaming on Nintendo, which is gonna be our first topic. And I'm like, what cloud? Where you see some cloud gaming at? He was like, man, it was 2 games they showed on Nintendo that was cloud-based gaming. And I said, like, he sent me the link, and it was Control and what was it? Hitman. Both of these games would be cloud-based. So he was like, man, you know that Control is up for tryout tonight. You can try it out right now. So I went and I tried it out. And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't a great experience for me. My first experience, it kept telling me my Wi-Fi is too slow to run it. So I think I need to update my Wi-Fi. But the second day I played it, I didn't update it. It played fine. But, I mean, I don't know. We gonna talk about that. But I played that. I also played Zelda Calamity Ganon. Is that what they call it? What's the name of that game? Hyrule Warriors. I mean, not Hyrule. Yeah, Hyrule Warriors. Come on, K-Bum. You don't know what the name of this game is?
Man, you don't play that.
Okay, hold up. Hyrule. I had the name. I don't play Hyrule Warriors like that. If you can get it, Age of Calamity. There it is. I played the demo. They got the demo of Age of Calamity on the Switch, and I played that, and that was pretty fun. I'm gonna be honest, that was pretty cool. I'm gonna have to get used to it because it looks like Zelda, not as good, and the combat is basically hack and slash. And I've never liked the Dynasty Warriors games. I never liked hitting 20, 30 different people at one time and knocking them. There's nothing appealing about that. It feels like I'm just in this game purposely patching them. Yeah, it's too repetitive and it doesn't have purpose to it. But it's Zelda. I'm gonna give it a try. But what I played so far has been fun and cool. I got no complaints. But like some of the tricks you can do with Zelda, and I'm pretty interested in the storyline of the game. This does have a storyline. I also played what's the other Pikmin. They had the Pikmin demo up. My daughter downloaded it, so I got a chance to play that, and that's just Pikmin 3 on the Switch. So there's nothing else to talk about there. K-Bum, I was gonna ask you about had you picked up Ghost of Tsushima, and because I haven't played it. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima in a minute. And now that you far past me, I got to go and get back on there so I can't be sitting up here behind you like that. But anyway, as far as my gaming, that's pretty much all I've been gaming on. I've been editing weddings and all that type of stuff, so I haven't really got a chance to really get into some real gaming. And as you saw, my daughter's constantly pestering me about playing games. She is the new me. So I got to get her started right on that Nintendo. K-Bum. I almost got the itch to get the PlayStation 5, but I fought it because of the platform that they showed on it. I was like, man. But that brings us into the first topic. Let's get on into this. We don't even hold up. So
let's do this.
I was watching Digital Foundry, And we gonna hit this hard and we gonna get out of here. Hello? Somebody call me? If you don't shut that door. No, we don't need to talk. Hold up just a sec. Hold up. She play. Okay, good. Tell her to play and have a good time. Now go on back upstairs. Take them, and give them the mama. Go, bye, and shut my door. Don't eat them until you give them to mama. All right, you see how my life is. So, where was I at? So I was watching Digital Foundry, and they was doing basically an unboxing of both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. That's just crazy. You got to say a lot. Xbox Series X, that's too much. But anyway, and the PlayStation 5. And so they got to talking about the haptic feedback in the PlayStation 5 controller. And what stood out to me in the conversation was, and yeah, this did stand out to me, they brought up the Switch and the I don't know. Look, y'all got to go upstairs. Go upstairs. Kendall, go upstairs. Get that to mama. They ain't gonna leave me alone, man. Go upstairs. Kendall, give them to your mama. Okay, so I apologize for all the interruptions. This is
family episode of a live and level broadcast.
That's a family episode.
Man, K-Bum, come and get some of your God churches, man. Come and get some. So anyway, so they brought up the fact the dude was talking about the controller, and the Switch has that what they call the Switch. What's the Switch? Kendall, shut the door. The HD Rumble.
Yeah, HD Rumble. Good job.
And they bragged about how sensitive the HD Rumble has been. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I have yet to really experience and feel just how sensitive the HD Rumble is in the controller, because I never played 1-2 Switch, and all the games that I bought really doesn't take advantage of that feature. So I don't know how well utilized the feature is on the PlayStation, on the Nintendo Pro controller. But
right.
When they was playing, and I don't know the particular game that they was playing, but it was a platform, and it did put you in the mind of Mario Sunshine. I'm not gonna lie, K-Bum, it did. It looked like a very shiny, different character, but it played like Mario Sunshine. He floated. He had
Astrobot.
Yeah, Astrobot. He had flood on his back. He was doing all that stuff that Mario did with that in that game. So. But he was saying how you can literally feel the different textures of the ground that you're walking on. Like if you're walking on ice, it feels different than when you're walking on concrete, from when you're walking on metal to when you hit this, it feels different from that. When you go so deep in the water, it feels different here than when it feels there. And I was like, so the question came to me, is Sony with the haptic feedback, is this do you believe this could be the revolutionary change we've been waiting for in gaming controls, or a step into that? That might be a mouthful. But K-Bum, I'm gonna let you come in first, and I'm gonna bring you in on the back end of that K-Bum. I mean D2K. Go ahead, K-Bum. Is this a step in the right direction for a revolutionary change in game control?
Okay. Well, I'm very happy you came to me first, because I wanted to set this up, because there is a guy that I watch. So it's a black guy who actually who started out very small, and now he's huge, and he reviews all types of electronics. I believe his name is Marquise Brownlee.
Did I put him in the hangout one time?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. I don't think you put him in for this past conversation.
Okay.
Because I watched his video, but he's very influential, and he don't hold his punches. I like him because you can't really tell his favoritism, because he kind of gives you a good idea, pros and cons for both. Okay. Right? I haven't really picked up on, he's a Samsung guy, or he's an Apple guy, because he'll flame Apple in a minute. I like him. That's why I go for him for my Apple News, because he'll flame them. Okay. So he received a Sony, and he was unboxing it, and he was talking about the details on the controller and the systems and stuff like that. And then he made another video very recently, maybe a couple of days ago, that said that was like PlayStation 5 controller major key. And he talked about, and he said, out of everything that he's used so far, because he's kind of doing a review, but he did a review just on the controller. He said, out of everything that he's used so far, and because he's already had an Xbox Series X, he's already unboxed that. He's already looked at the controller and played with it. He said, out of everything that he's seen, even including like the graphics and the 4K and blase, out of everything he's seen and used with next gen console, he says maybe the biggest thing that actually makes these consoles next gen is this PS5 controller. And when he said that, I'm like, excuse me, sir? And then he goes in to describe how the controller is the major way that connects you to the video game. That is the piece where we make that connection from real life to video game life. Mm-hmm. And he talks about how the controller feels so different when you hit something soft, when you hit something hard, when you hit a wall, when you hit some water, when you walk on this surface, you walk on that surface. You feel the difference. And he was explaining how to him that was the biggest next gen thing in the consoles. And so I'll go back and say what my stance was before. So before I saw this video, I looked at the haptic feedback of Sony as two things. It was one, it was a back of the box feature. Two, I looked at it very similar to HD Rumble in Nintendo, which means it's cool. It's probably more gimmicky than cool. That's how I viewed it. So I wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid. I wasn't sold on the HD. I think the 3D sound may be cooler than initially. That the HD sound that Sony was talking about may be cooler than the haptic feedback. I kind of just brushed it off. Mm-hmm. But now hearing these two different sources and hearing it from Marquise Brownlee, who, like I said, I respect because he flames you no matter who you are. If you mess up, he flames you. His review of it kind of made me change. I changed a little bit the way I feel about the haptic feedback, and maybe it is. So I also read one more article, and I kind of I'll end it after this. So there was another article I read. It was NBA 2K21, and they were talking about their changes and features that they're doing for next gen. And one of the things that, along with all the other features they brought up, there were specific changes they made for the PlayStation because of the controller. One of the things they wanted to show was like when you go through a pick. So you're playing basketball and you're in defense, you get picked. Depending on the angle and where you got picked at, or how hard you ran to the pick, you feel it in the joystick. And also, they talked about the triggers, the adaptive triggers. They talked about how when you use R2 to sprint, and when your player's tired, it's going to become harder to hold down R2. So you're going to have a physical feedback on how tired your player is. So you won't even have to need a meter on the screen to showcase to you how tired your player is. You can feel the resistance from the R2 button to tell you that your player is actually tired. And I thought that was cool. That's just something. It's something different that brings you into the reality. One of the biggest things purists love is to play games without the HUD, without the overlay, so that you feel like you're actually there and doesn't distract you with the video game stuff with all the HUDs. And I think this controller can start to do that, because you will start to feel when the world is happening to you, instead of having to be indicated by something on the screen which takes you from this reality. So I think I'm not sold. So let me say this. I'm not sold on it. I think it could be. I'm not saying that it is, but from what I've heard, the potential is there. just like the potential with the Dreamcast, the little screen in the Dreamcast, that was probably one of the most next gen features in gaming was the little screen you had in Dreamcast. I thought that was so cool. I was so mad that Sony didn't have it. I was jealous every time I saw a Dreamcast do it.
What do you think about the gamepad?
Huh?
What do you think about the gamepad?
Huh? So to wrap it up,
boy, I tell you the truth, boy, that Nintendo hate is running thick in your veins, boy. Go ahead.
I love it. So like I said, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid yet. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but
Okay.
I'm starting to take a look.
Gave it a couple of sips, though.
I've sipped a little bit, like I've sipped, but I ain't been the Kool-Aid yet. So that's how I feel.
All right. D2K, give me your thoughts, man. Sony water is refreshing. That's Cornelius. Welcome to the. You ain't even showed us that you was in here, bro. You can't be sneaking up on us like that. Welcome to the show, Cornelius. All right, go ahead, D2.
Well, I have not really done that much research about the haptic feedback for the controller that K-Bob did. Most of the what I've heard about it came from I think that's that same Digital Foundry video where they were talking about it. I definitely can see where this could be very revolutionary for people who take advantage of the technology. Whenever you see a company, regardless of who they are, whether it's Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, when they come out with a new piece of hardware, there's always a lot, even back in the day with Sega, with the aforementioned the VMU unit that they have for the controller. There's always a lot of potential at the beginning when you unveil a new piece of technology with your console. And there's always, the sky is the limit, but it's really depending on two things. It depends on the imagination of the people who are making the games,
Right.
and the dedication of the people who are making the games. Are they creative enough to think of new and improved ways to use the technology that exists? And do they feel it's worth their while to even try to do it? Because I remember back when Nintendo had their showcase for the Wii U in 2011, I think it was, and they showed us a bunch of games that never happened. But they showed some functionality with the Wii U gamepad that never came into play, and they actually even built peripherals to do it, but it never came into play. Nobody actually used it. And one of the things that what I'm directly referring to as this Wii U zapper setup, where you would take the Wii U gamepad and put it in the middle, and then take the nunchuck and put it in the back and the Wii remote in the front, and then use it like almost like a gun with a scope. And
yeah, I'm
not sure what game they showed to show that off, but they did show that off in the thing.
They showed
and I was
that game
thinking
where you was basically shooting these faces of robbers and thieves and pedestrian memes, and it looked like that old game on the original Nintendo, that Zap Shooter game. I can't remember the name of it, but that's kind of what they showed. I can't. Maybe I had to look it up, but that's what they were showing, a game like that where it'd be like a me, and it'd be like a me with a robber mask on, or something like you shoot that one, and it was kind of like that.
Right. Right, and one of the things that the Wii U gamepad could do was it basically could put you in a pseudo 3D space where you could take the Wii U gamepad and look around, look up and look down, left and right, and you're basically looking around a room through the lens of the gamepad. And in my mind, I immediately thought, like, man, they could make a super cool Aliens game with this technology where you could have that set up, you could be walking around, you can hear them in the background, you look up through the gamepad, you can see them crawling on the ceiling and stuff like that. It's almost like VR without having to put glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But we never saw anything like that. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who thought that, or thought of something similar, or thought of other ideas that they can use. Or even with the Nintendo Land game that came packed in. Or no, was it packed in? I don't think it was packed in. No, it wasn't. That launched with the Wii U. There was so much potential with that.
I think it came free here in the States, but they had to pay for it over in Japan, I think. I think we got it free, if I'm not mistaken. I might be thinking of Wii Sports, but I thought we got Nintendo Land free with the system. Yeah, we did. It came free with the system.
Yeah, there was so much potential for that, because how I thought that was going to be was I thought it was going to be like a virtual world where, your Mii would interact with other people's Miis, and you can run around the Nintendo Land Park and you can say, hey, let's go over here and play this game. Let's go over here and play that game. Let's get on this train and go all the way to the top. And, I thought that's how it was going to be, and it never turned into that. And it's not like it couldn't do it. It just never did it. So I look at the haptic feedback with the controller, and even recent memory with the whole HD Rumble with the Switch, is that it really all depends on the developers. It depends on the first-party developers. I mean, they're the ones who have to set the tone for everybody else. Nintendo has done a terrible job in recent years of showing off what their hardware can actually do. It's like they create new things and they expect the third parties to figure it out, rather than just giving you a slew of games or showing you the ins and outs of what you can possibly do, so they can at least have a blueprint and say, okay, we know we can do this, we know we can do this, we know we can't do that, we know we can't do this. Mm-hmm. They just give you like 1 or 2 games at launch, and then that's it. They just leave it alone and they go back to normal gameplay. And I hope that that's not the case with this haptic feedback with the Sony PlayStation 5. I hope that we see more games, more AAA first-party games that are using this technology. I want to see this technology used in Horizon Forbidden West. I want to see it used in God of War. I want to see it used in Spider-Man. Because there's all. I mean, I can already think of ways you can use that in those games. I want to see it used in those games, because if you have it used in those games, your main flagship AAA titles, not some game that was created that was just created just to show it off, like a Wii Sports type game or the Astro Bot type game. I want to see that technology used in your major heavyweight first-party titles in a creative and innovative way. Because if you do it that way, then that's going to show the third parties of what they can do, and it's going to spark their imagination, and that's going to allow them to take it even a step further, possibly for some of the more talented studios that are out there.
Okay.
And that's why I thought it was cool that out of all the things that 2K was listing as far as their next gen features, that they actually thought about doing some sort of implementation of the haptic feedback instead of just phoning it in. They actually looked at, okay, how can we utilize that? And that's the building blocks of actually being able to explore even deeper.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that was the fact that they're playing around with it now shows that if it works, it's something they may expand further on in the future. And so the fact that a third party at launch is already looking at utilizing that feature, but D2K said it best. It is your first party that shows everyone else how to maximize this feature.
Yeah, that's my, like, with me. I have a hope that Sony takes better advantage of this tech, this feature, because D2K was right. Nintendo, to me, a lot of times Nintendo will introduce something that's new. It's not necessarily new technology, but they implement it into their controller or their system, and then honestly, they would kind of utilize it at the front end of the system, like to get you to buy the system to show the newness and the uniqueness of the system. And then it becomes a forgotten feature midway to the end of the product. And you don't see that feature no more. Like, to me, right, with the gamepad, Ubisoft Zombie U was the game that utilized that controller the most. And I would say Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land gave you the possibilities of what you can do with the controller. And it only scratched the surface. Like
I think Batman Arkham City also did a good job showing off the gamepad.
Yeah, it did. Only thing with Batman was it was an older game that implemented some of the features of the controller, and a lot of people like I've been there, done that, and the new features ain't enough for me to pick it back up. So, but you're right. But my thing is, even with the Pro controller, and I'm gonna get to the Sony what I'm hoping that Sony do if the controller, because I don't know what the Pro controller can do when it comes to the HD Rumble. I really don't know how. Sensitive and pristine the sensation is, because again, like we all said, Nintendo really hasn't utilized it beyond the first few games of the system that was trying to take advantage of this new HD figure. Like when they showed when the dude took the controller, you could feel the ice cubes in the cup, and if you shake the controller, you could feel the ice cubes. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't never experienced nothing like that on the Switch, nothing. So, when he began to talk about the possibilities with the PlayStation 5 controller, it intrigued me because I can, like D2K, I can see a lot of ways this can play into changing the way we approach games, changing how they design the game. Like this, for instance, like, in a video game, you could be hiding behind a wall. And pop up what is duck and shoot? What they call that? Like Gears, games like Gears and
Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted. What they call that when you hide in and you kind of up against the wall and you
I know you're talking about. I can't think of
the term either. But anyway, let's like take that element of being able to angle the camera in a way that even though your character really can't see what's down the hall, you can. See what I'm saying? Like, instead of letting your eyes be able to see that the enemy is this far from you, you can do this sneak attack. Put that in the controller. Don't give you that ability to see where he at. You have to feel where he at. You gotta pay attention to what the controller is telling you, the information the controller is giving you to know when to push the button at the right time. Because to me, that'll bring a different level of immersion into the game that is no longer what you see that's giving you senses, is what you feel.
Right.
And these are the things that I thought the HD Rumble was going to do, that we thought the screen into, like D2K said with the gamepad, you got this screen that could take you into a 3D world where even though on the TV you see it from this angle, you can look up with the controller and see an alien on top of you. You can feel it. Like it had, like they never really go into the depths of what's possible with this technology. So I hope that since Sony is introducing this, and I'm pretty sure I think Microsoft had the haptic feedback controller in Elite controller, what they call that controller they had, and I think it also had haptic
Elite,
feedback. Yeah, I think it had haptic feedback in the triggers and stuff. But with Sony,
I think the Series X has some haptic feedback too. I don't think it's as articulated as Sony's, but they have something in there.
Okay,
right.
Okay, that's what's up. But if Sony has went to the utmost with it, I just hope they take advantage of it, because I think it, like both of you guys said, this can really open up another layer of immersion into the game, rather than you relying on visuals and to give you how to to connect you, the sense, like that sense, like even that what was that other thing Nintendo had that never seen the light of day, where it can read your post. What was that called?
Vitality sensor.
The vitality sensor, where based on your post, if you playing a game like Resident Evil, the AI in the game can read your post and see that your heart rate up, and based on that can make certain things happen. Like, it's like they sell you this bill of goods, then when you get the stuff, that's all it was. It's like the extra lighter in the you can charge your phone up on this door and this door, but when you get the car, you never use that stuff, but it's there. And
but that kind of goes back to the conversation we were having about Miyamoto, about how he just doesn't. He comes up with ideas and he jumps in it right away instead of actually fully fleshing out the idea before he jumps to it.
Well, we want to talk about Star Fox Zero. Anyway, so let me stop. I ain't trying to make none of my Nintendo fans and none of my Nintendo brethren upset with me. So, but yeah, I'm interested in the haptic feedback. That stood out to me because I have a controller right now that's supposed to have somewhat similar technology. And I'm just honest, it just rumbles. When most games, it just rumbles. I don't feel no different than I'm playing my PlayStation 4 and it rumbles. The Pro Controller don't feel much different when I play the games on it. So Nintendo is not taking advantage of that technology in the majority of its AAA top party games. I think Mario Odyssey did some things with it, but it wasn't really that groundbreaking in my opinion. So I hope that this is like when he said I can feel the difference between ice and metal and sand and deep water and shallow water and stepping in mud rather than stepping on dirt. Like I want that's intriguing to me. So I'm with you both. I'm sipping the cup, but I ain't taking a good gulp yet. So I had to see it to believe it. So let's move on to this next topic. Cloud gaming is now on the Switch. Y'all saw I corrected that. If you saw it was saying cloud gaming now on Switch, I fixed that and a few other mistakes I made in this putting this together. So D2K, what you think, man? Is this a big deal or is it basically them playing catch up to where everybody else kind of already setting their stage to do probably better?
Well, I mean, they are playing catch up, but this is something that they have been experimenting with for a couple of years now. We I think it was last year, the year before, we heard they were actually testing this feature in Japan. Mm-hmm. I forget what game that was. Was it a Metal Gear game or something?
It was Assassin's Creed. It was Assassin's Creed and Resident Evil. Which I don't know which one. The first, was it the first party? The third, the first person. The first person Resident Evil was over in Japan too, I think.
Yeah. So they were testing
7.
Yeah, they were testing it there, and it was working. It was working very well there. So I knew that was in the pipeline somewhere down the line. I think that it would behoove Nintendo to go this direction of cloud gaming because that would save them a lot of headache going forward, and also buy them some time. Because, I've already stated this many times before that, the whole idea of a Switch Pro just doesn't make any sense from any possible situation. It just doesn't. Because there's nothing that you could possibly do hardware-wise that would be enough of a jump to be necessary. And then you're asking people to buy another piece of hardware. What makes more sense is to take what you already have and make it work with the technology that exists out there. Because Microsoft has kind of done the heavy lifting for you in that regard of basically saying that you don't need to have a powerful piece of hardware in order to play next-gen games with the whole Project X Cloud thing. So if Nintendo wants to tap into that, or if they have their own cloud service that they're trying to build from scratch, that pretty much eliminates the need to upgrade the Switch anytime soon. Because if I can take games that look somewhat close to what you see on the Series X and the PlayStation 5, obviously not running at 4K, 120 frames per second, but at least 1080p 60 on the Switch, that's good enough, I would think. If you're getting, games that look almost as good as those consoles run at 1080 60 through the cloud, if I was a Switch owner, I'd be satisfied with that. Especially maybe 720 60 on the go. Obviously it depends on your internet connection and stuff like that, but I think that it would make more sense for them to go to the cloud gaming route and to try to do a mid-gen upgrade or something like that. Save all that energy and save all that money and save all that R&D for your next-gen console, whatever that is. But in the meantime, I think cloud gaming will close the gap and allow them to do a lot more things in terms of getting more third-party games to the Switch that are coming out for the next-gen consoles, because since these games are going to have to be able to work on the cloud anyway for Microsoft's cloud service, You already have the infrastructure there for them to port those games over to the Switch. You don't have to do anything really different other than just optimizing it for the console. But in terms of it being set up for cloud gaming, it's already there because of the Project X Cloud. So again, Microsoft did the heavy lifting for you. So all you need to do is just tap into that ecosystem, and I think they'd be okay.
Okay, K-Bomb.
Sorry,
don't you try to act like you don't want to talk about this cloud game.
No, man. I was eating. The wife just brought me some my dinner.
Okay.
So trying to get this rice out of my teeth so I can talk. All right. So I do think cloud gaming on the Switch is essential. I think that they don't want to be on the wrong side of history with this. They don't want to be caught behind when everyone else has cool toys, and they're sitting there with none. And I think just getting something is better than not having anything. I do believe that they can, that as D2K was saying, I agree with what he's saying about the fact that they can utilize this, especially being the quote unquote air quotes I'm doing right now. If you see me, being the weaker console, they can utilize the cloud gaming to supplement some of those issues and be able to play some of those games that you normally wouldn't be able to play or would not run as smooth. Looking at you, Outer World, would not run as smooth or look as good on the Switch because of the hardware. And if they can get cloud gaming to work, even for half the people or 60% of the people, then that's an alternative for 60% of the people to actually utilize this as a way to play games on the Switch. I think that's an excellent way, but I think they kind of pigeonhole themselves. The reason why I say that is that the Wi-Fi on the Switch is trash.
Yes, it is. You go ahead, because that's where I'm going to disagree. Right? Not that I disagree with the technology. Let me scoot up to the Mac, but I agree. I don't feel like Nintendo has set up the Switch to really in the States. Let's say the States.
I forgot to add something about that, but I haven't thought about an answer for that. But
because that's my problem. Go ahead, K-Bone. You didn't.
The Wi-Fi is because I try to play simple games like Fortnite, and that thing was trash. And I have
emphasis on the trash. You could have just said trash. Yeah,
I could have.
You had to hold it like it was.
No, he had to put some stank on it.
Yeah, he put a whole lot of disrespect on that.
It made me upset though, because I was actually trying to play my Switch. I was trying to.
K-Bum, don't feel bad.
Yes, sir.
We all try to play online when it comes to the Switch. We all keyword. We all try.
I tried, man. And
if it ain't Mario Kart, it's gonna be a problem 90% of the time.
Yep, Mario Kart actually, it ran good online, but Fortnite did not, and I was glitching all across the screen like
Smash.
What was the Matrix?
Smash don't. Fortnite don't. None of the games outside of, like I said, outside of Kart.
Smash don't? Really?
No, Smash don't play good online. Now Splatoon does.
Yes, Splatoon actually does. You're right. We played Splatoon several times.
Yeah, Splatoon is smooth online. Smash, no, it glitches a lot. It ain't as bad as it used to be. We can't go. No, I'm taking off. Go ahead, K-Mon. Let me stop.
All right. So I don't think they position themselves in a good place for cloud gaming, because if your Wi-Fi is trash and you don't have a way to do Ethernet at this point, you're kind of stuck with a semi-usable cloud gaming, which I think will cause more headaches than anything. So I know that they're jumping into it, and I hope it works for them, but they didn't future-proof the system to be able to be in a position to handle cloud gaming in the future. So I don't think I don't think it's going to be a thing, but I don't think Nintendo gamers truly care about that. But I think it's another feature that's Sorry, I'll let you go ahead. It's going to be another feature where they kind of get left behind, and it's going to be mostly because of Nintendo's fault.
But before you reply, Level, I wanted to add this: is that if Nintendo were serious about cloud gaming, and they were serious about doing this for a long time, what they could do is release a new dock for the Switch that has Ethernet capabilities, high-speed Ethernet built into it.
Oh, okay, I thought you were still going. I ain't want to. Yeah, that's a possibility, D2. That's a possibility, but that's the thing.